Hey YouTubers, it's Natural Virgo 1922 coming at you, better known as Jolene Andre. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts in Thailand. First thing we're going to talk about is currency. Now in Thailand they use bahts, and be mindful, do your research. There are plenty of videos on the internet and on YouTube that talks about the currencies. Now prior to going to my trip, I had went to my institution, my bank, Wells Fargo, and got money on hand and requested their bahts. And so I can basically have cash on hand. And that is a great recommendation to anyone, so you can basically have money, cash on hand, so you can use less of your ATM or your credit cards, and also to pay for taxi, certain restaurants and certain taxi drivers. Let me see, restaurants, taxi, and markets, because you want to get souvenirs. Not everybody takes the card, I'm gonna tell you that much. Also, another thing, while in the hotels, please do not drink the tap water or brush with the tap water or drink the tap water. The simple fact is majority of the hotels provide you with bottled water every day. They'll come and replace them so you do not get sick. Our body or system is not equipped for their water, so of course they will provide you with bottled water. I wouldn't highly recommend drinking cocktail drinks outside of any restaurant or on the street, because the simple fact is the street cocktails might have tap water, ice, and then also when they're making their concoctions of their drinks, their beverages, they might make their own fermented alcohol, and you don't know where or how it's being made. It might be in a tub or in the kitchen, so be mindful of that. I highly recommend staying and getting your drinks or your cocktails at restaurants or in the hotels, because I think there's a safety thing that goes along with it, so you're in good hands. Also, you just can't eat anywhere. You just cannot eat anywhere. I have pictures of street vendor foods when I was in Bangkok, and some of the food looks so appealing, but it's a no-no. What I noticed the most is they don't have areas to wash their hands. Sometimes they would have a bucket, and in that bucket they're constantly washing their hands in that same dirty water, meaning they're touching money, they're turning food, they're handling everything, and they're touching your food, and you don't know how long the food has been sitting out there. A lot of times these vendors, they're there from morning all the way till night or the next morning, so because they're trying to hustle to make their money. So a lot of street vendor foods I would not highly recommend. If you want to take that upon yourself, go ahead. Be mindful that there are 7-Elevens in every corner, and there's also pharmacies that have pharmacists there, so you don't need a prescription. If you do end up getting food poisoning, there are pharmacists, and there are pharmacies in every corner, just like every 7-Eleven. Another thing, be mindful when you are renting scooters. Take pictures prior to hopping on your scooters, and I would highly recommend renting them from the hotels, not from outside of the hotels, because a lot of time the scammers would, when you return your scooters, that's the reason for taking a picture prior, is when you return it, they will say that you've damaged it, and a lot of time they cover up with some type of a paint, and then when you ride it, the stuff comes off, and then they say that you've dented or you damaged their equipment, and then of course they'll try to charge you or gout you higher price, and then of course the police is involved, and then you're out of money, and then you're embarrassed. So that's another thing. Be aware of the tuk-tuk drivers. A lot of the tuk-tuk drivers, which are the people who are in these little mini taxis, and they tend to be scammers. So prior to hopping onto a tuk-tuk, ask the driver, how much does it take to get you to point A to point B? A lot of them will try to make a profit off of you. And if you feel like that's not the price for it, you all can always negotiate. Take another tuk-tuk. The next person is going to take the money. Like they are very negotiable. If you say, if they say 500 bahts for something that's 100 bahts or 250 bahts, go to the next person. The minute you walk away, they're going to want that money and they will take it. But be mindful, a lot of the tuk-tuk drivers are scammers. They'll try to take the long way and take you to other destinations so they can drop you off to like other manufacturers. So because a lot of them are in cahoots where if they bring people to their businesses, they get a certain percentage or certain cut. But tell the tuk-tuk driver to take you directly to your destination. No side stops or anything like that. Trust me, it happened to me and I wasn't having it. Another thing is be mindful. Do not raise your voice. Do not shout. The Thai people that's very disrespectful, and that's kind of they don't shout. It's a form of disrespect. So try to keep your voice down. And it's a way of keeping face, and you might disrespect and make the other person who you're shouting at, what is the word I'm looking for? Humiliated, and they don't like that. Causing a big scene is a big humiliation on the other part, not on your part, because you might not even think two rats ass about it, but seriously, they take it very serious. Another thing is when you're over there, no whistling, no pointing at things. If you want to get someone's attention, don't just point at it. It's kind of a form of disrespect. Just put your palms up and just point in the direction of the item you would like, or the item that you're trying to get their attention of, but do not point at anything. Another thing, do not show the soles of your feet. Your soles of your feet is considered the lowest part of your body. And if you show the soles of your feet, even if you're sitting and you cross your legs and your sole of your feet is showing upward, that's the equivalency of giving someone the middle finger here in the States or anywhere. So basically keep your feet basically low to the floor, okay? Another thing I would like to talk about is do not touch anybody's head or hair. Is a form of disrespect. Enjoy your trip, relax. Oh, I highly recommend going to the spas. I will show you pictures of clips of a spa that I went to in Bangkok in the Nana district, which is the red light district. It's like a 5-star spa. I had to call in advance and get reservations. I've been there 3 times, and then I had my other 2 or 3 spas elsewhere. But trust me, enjoy the spa treatment. It's probably like $38. For a whole 90 minutes, depending on if you want aromatherapy, if you want music. It is well worth it. In the States, you're going to be paying like maybe $100 something plus for spa treatment. These little ladies, and I mean little ladies, they have some strong hands. They can work it. Now, you have the option of taking a shower prior. There's no additional charge for taking a shower before and after. And they do give you disposable garments so they can basically do the massage. So you do have increments, and then you do have package deals. All right, let's see. Oh, another thing. Do not throw anything in anyone's direction. For example, if you're handing money or if you're trying to get someone's attention, don't throw it at them. Just basically hand it to them. It's very disrespectful to just throw money at them, or if just put it flat on the surface and just slide it to them. Bring your own insect repellent. It is very expensive over there, especially if you're going to Phuket on these excursions. Mosquitoes are very serious over there. So I highly recommend, and I think in Thailand they realize the only thing they do jack up the price on is insect repellent and sunscreen. So those are the 2 major things I've noticed which tend to be the highest at 7-Eleven stores. Everything else is buku cheap. Washing powder, body wash, lotions, deodorant, stupid cheap. But the most high price items there at all the stores were insect repellent and also sunscreen. So if you're going down there, get your own, pack it away. If you are at the markets like in Phuket, in Patong area or any type of market in general, you can always negotiate your prices. Don't ever pay full price for anything. That's the whole point. Don't ever pay for full price for anything. You can always negotiate everything. Souvenirs, bags, shirts, anything. Even fruit, you can negotiate. Thank you for watching my video. Please hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of upcoming videos, please hit the notification bell. Also, if you would like to leave a comment below, please leave a comment. Thank you again. Bye.